Alright, so, kinda buggy, kinda not going quite the way I originally planned, but it's a new game, it just came out, maybe they'll have to, fix some of these bugs, but my god was this game a pain in the absolute butt trying to get to launch in full screen, to pick up, to... streaming this is not going well off to the right off the bat is what I'm getting at. It really wanted to fight with me on this. But we got it loaded, it's full screen, the stream has started, so I don't have to break anything as far as tabbing out or anything until I end the stream, at which point I expect even more problems will happen and there is going to be an absolute buggy mess at the end of this stream. I'm kind of suspecting that, given the pain I had getting this thing started. So, before I start the game, if you were here for my last stream, or if you watched the VOD, you will have realized that I ended, I think it was last stream, where Rigid Rat brought this game up to my attention, and basically I said, oh, hold on a second, the music's really loud on my end. I'm going to wait for someone to come in to see if I actually have to lower that, but it is loud for me, and I might have to fix that in my headphones or something later on. Anyways, so Rigid Rat came in as one of the viewers and said, hey, so I tried the demo for Disgaea 7, as it's really good, and I talked about my problems with Disgaea 6, and why those problems actually kind of had me not even interested in 7. I saw 7 get announced, I saw like a small trickling of information here and there, and I kind of just wrote it off as something I'm not interested in, given what 6 felt to me and what I was taking away as the possibility, as the future direction that the games were going to be going. As far as Disgaea goes, I have played 1 and 2. I think I beat 2. But I also think 2 has like 2 different games for it. And I think I've only beaten one of them, but I think I've played the other. I've beaten 3. I've played 4. I've beaten 5. 5 is the one that I reference as being the one that, up until this entry, we'll see if this entry changes anything, 5 is the one that I said that if you're looking at getting into the franchise, because it's older, you can get it at a good deal, and it's got so much going for it on the positive scale from my takeaway. 5 was the one that I was saying, like, oh, hey, that's the one you should probably play as an entry into the franchise, see how you feel. And 6 was, for me, an abysmal failure in a lot of major ways. Not in every way, but it was a failure enough that, as a player, as someone looking at it from the consumer side, from what I wanted from the games, it didn't do it for me, and so 7 sat on the back burner. Anyways, Rigid Rat came in and said, hey, so I played the demo, it's got some really fun features going for it. Some of the things that are bothersome for a lot of people are less so in this. And then he also mentioned some fun characters. And so I decided, you know what? I'm going to look into this game. And, well, what I found is a couple of very compelling reasons to play the game. Compelling enough that when it launched on Steam and I looked at the price and I looked at what the extra content was going to be, I was like, well, you know, I'm probably going to want some of the characters from some of the other games, primarily 3, because I like Mao. I'm a big fan. But then I'm looking at the price and I'm just like, well, son of a bitch. I guess I just go for the $100 goddamn game and accept all of the DLC. I don't know if I have to accept it here or somewhere else, but I've done enough talking. It's about time we get into the game. This game has a lot of...
You dare challenge me, Hihibana Gendosai, master of the Zangetsu Mukairyu school.
That's a heck of a name.
Guts.
So, what I was saying, Dem, welcome to the stream. How are things going for you? Hopefully things are going well. As I was going to say, this game has a lot of voice acting. So, during the scenes with voice acting, I'll probably have my quips here and there, but I'm going to try to let them get a lot of their speaking out. I'm very stressed thanks to university. Well, that's kind of university life 101. Being stressed about something at all points in your life is going to be a factor. Classes, girls, food, probably not in that order because I've lived the university life. I know that girls come first. Classes are somewhere near the bottom, you know, because you're more worried about just making enough of a grade to skate on by. You don't need those high scores.
So, what's your name, boy? I'm about to take your life. You might as well tell me now.
Somewhere in that upper threshold is probably going to be finding and acquiring cheap booze to numb the pain of the stress. But that's the part of university life that everybody expects, so does it really even count?
It's Fuji. But enough of the chit-chat. Let's fight.
Alright, Fuji, you're just like, hey, I'm coming. So are we like the wandering samurai challenging dojos so far?
Very well. I'll count to 3. As soon as I finish, we shall cross blades.
Fine by me. We should let our swords do the talking for us, like real Hinomoto warriors.
I like your thinking. That's true Bushido. All right, let's do it.
All right. I know a little bit about what this entry promotes itself as. I'm calling a joke right here. We're gonna get like 1, 2 on 2 our characters going to attack. I'm expecting that joke to play out, but aside from that, I'm just gonna say some of these characters, I don't know if they're going to always just be story entry, because our guy here, Hi Bana, I'm gonna call him Gen. Our guy Gen here in the yellow, I love that outfit. The yellow, the purple. I kind of hope he's a playable character or an unlock maybe later on. So I had till 5 p.m. today to register. Ooh, okay, yeah. I get an email at 1:25 saying I was registered, then been told my flat will get paid for tomorrow, and then I'll be refunded when I move out. All right. Where I'm moving, I don't. Yep. Just have to be out by the 13th. Okay, so I don't know what the market is like where you're at or how things play out on that. But it used to be, and again, I'm going back God knows how many years, but a lot of, how do I say this? Local areas have a lot of small time like sleeper locations where it's not blatantly obvious and you've really got to look through a lot of the local information, where people will rent out to university students at a incredible price, honestly. In my area, a lot of the places to go to are going to be like your local hardware stores, and they actually have like little bulletin boards and things. This is just my local area, and I'm out in the middle of bumfuck nowhere in comparison to a lot of like major city life. But there are like flyers that crop up every so often that'll say like an individual room is for rent, or even an entire like floor of a building, and the prices are absurdly good if you go to the people with like your proof that you're a student, like an active student ID or something like that. And that is a great way to get really cheap living. You're not going to get anything fancy, and in some cases all you're getting is a room to go crash your head in and maybe kitchen access. But honestly, when you're talking about the kind of prices I've seen roaming around, it is very fair for that limitation. And you know, when you're desperate looking for something, a good price in a decent area is actually like finding the diamond in the rough. Everywhere gets snapped up in days, and the person who I'm looking for a flat with is shit at replying. Yeah, that sucks. I'm not classified as a university student, so they don't let me. Well, for some of these people, you might ask if proof of enrollment will qualify, and then you go in there and say, these are the classes I'm taking, and here's the proof that I'm taking these classes. You might be able to skirt by some of the for the people that are more interpersonal, who you might have a one-on-one interaction with when you do like an interview or something. That might be a way for you to try to skate in under that. But you're going to have to be upfront and honest with them, and also show them that this is what's going on. Oh, okay, so you have some areas like this, but they're more worried about you being a full-time student. What I'm talking about are, like, people who literally themselves own the property, but will rent a room out for a little bit of side supplemental income. They're usually less concerned. Again, I'm speaking more about my area in the Americas, so it's not guaranteed, but some of these, like, really hidden away locations might be a way for you to skate by. And also, if you're looking at more standard living situations, again, if it is an actual individual landlord, you might try to negotiate your price on your contract with them based on your situation and your living standards. Again, the American standard is a lot of, if you're willing, trying to haggle and negotiate is usually not seen as, unless you're being absolutely lowballing, it's not seen as insulting. It's more seen as, look, I get it, you're trying to get the best deal, and either I'm going to be willing to work with you, or I'm going to tell you to, get out. My price is my price.
One, two.
You're open!
What? But I'm not done counting. Ah!
I knew that's exactly where this was going.
Check that one up.
Why, you little... What about the Bushido Code? Don't you have any pride as a warrior?
I mean, I do, but I don't think this guy cares about that at all.
What's a demon doing talking about Bushido? Come on. Winners are heroes, losers are zeros. Everyone in the netherworld knows that.
The unfortunate reality of the world. It doesn't matter what you say, those who win get to write history.
You! I won't let you get out of here alive! Get him! Everyone! Get him!
Oh, so that's your idea of Bushido, huh? Ganging up on one guy?
Well, once you've broken the rules, Once you've broken the rules, you kind of set new grounds.
Silence! How dare you look down on a sword master of the Udo Shogunate! You'll get what's coming to you!
But anyways, I gotta ask, with the, Dem, with your statement earlier, I'm mulling it over. Are you stressed because you don't know if your email is valid on that first part? Or are you just stressed because it was cutting it close?
Look down. Man, that's not it at all. I sized you up as filthy rich, and I'm here to take everything you've got. It's my first battle in a while. Maybe it wouldn't hurt to go over the basics again.
Our first battle. Why are we going so long in between battles? All right, so let's get the general system. It's been a long while since I've played these games. All right, player turns, enemy turns, pretty obvious. Place the cursor on Fuji, you get your unit menu. Oh wait, you can move again? Oh, after moving, you can select move again from the unit menu. So you can move around as long as you don't act. And then it's based on your weapon type. Alright, so the way this has worked in the past, and I think this is what it's telling me here, is you move your characters and you set up your actions, but until you select the execute command, none of the actions themselves take place. And it's a way for you to stack things on top of each other. Usually there's benefits to that. Y is the main menu instead of the character menu. Pressing start during battle won't open the general menu. Okay, so it's a quick shortcut for the execute and end turn options. Alright, fair enough. So let's move right on up to the main first guy here. This is our starting point. We're probably going to be fairly well off and safe right now. Yeah, we have 72 HP to their 22. Yeah, and he's probably, he's the biggest guy on the field. Alright, so now we have... Wait. Why is... Yeah, attack. Oh, okay, and then I could continue. Okay, it's because I hit A while I was still on him as the character. So start to shortcut command to the execute, and then to end turn. Alright, yeah, so going back to back, they get a combo option. Alright, so the stage results, as with the past, when you do well enough, you'll get a bunch of goodies. Skip event. Nope, we're going to see the event.
Your pupils all ran off. They must really love their master.
I need to do washing tonight, as well as clean my room, because it was... Oh, because it was close, everyone else was registered around the 25th. Gotcha. Okay. So it does sound like you were kind of just more so pushing near the end limit. I don't know what your living stances are where you are, but for a lot of university on-campus living out in my area, it's more so like having a very, very, very small apartment, if not just a single room. So hopefully you're not going to be too stressed trying to get the washing done.
So, what are you going to do now?
Speaking of washing, I've got a lot of that to do myself. God, you said that and I'm just like, my brain immediately went to, oh yeah, I've got a good load of laundry I should probably get done. And then I thought, my sink is a fucking nightmare. Oh man, you said that and it's just like, oh yeah, I could probably get some, oh no. I think my dishwasher is full. It's clean, it's full. But then I've got both sides of my sink are at least half full. So, I really need to get on that.
Is it the way of Bushido found in death or something? What a pathetic loser. Whatever. Just hand your money over. I'll chop you down otherwise.
All right, but this is all I have on me.
Huh? That's all you've got after ripping off all your students? Fine. You could just do my work for me instead.
Oh shit, I was saying I hope he becomes a character. Are we just getting him as a character right off the bat? Hell yeah. Welcome to the stream, Zane. Do you think Disgaea should have a crossover with Blaze Blue? I'll be honest, I love crossover games in general. So my immediate answer, just on gut reaction alone, is yes. And I love when games do that just in general. I think more games should be open to the premise, especially when they have certain artistic thematics in line, or even when they have mechanics alongside each other. I mean, this goes all the way back for me to the day of Marvel vs. Capcom. It's an absurd idea, but it just works, and I think everybody loves when it happens, so why wouldn't they?
Then you'll let me go?
Yeah, it's part of the whole, merciful warrior thing. Get it? But you should know. I'm 10 million hell in debt. You're mine till that's all paid off.
Anyways, Zane, as I said, welcome to the stream. hopefully things are going good for you. Hopefully we're having a good day.
What?
I actually picked this game up entirely on a recommendation from a viewer during my last stream. So, I'm not unfamiliar with Disgaea as a franchise. But it is, I do have mixed reactions with recent entries. Mixed reaction isn't right. 6 is the only one I have issues with. But I do go far enough back with the franchise to be very familiar with it. So, right now, I'm kind of easing my way into this game and trying to let it impress me off of what was for me a sour entry in 6, which was unfortunate because it came after one of the highlight entries, in my opinion, of 5.
Your timing's great. I was about to risk my life working on a netherworld sardine boat. Thanks for filling in for me.
Damn it, I was excited that he was actually going to be a player we get to use. I like his outfit.
This cluster of diverse netherworlds believed in a highly venerated code, Bushido. The inhabitants of Hinomoto were honorable warriors, though demons elsewhere loathe honor. Those here regarded it highly. However, that's all in the past. Hardly a trace of honor remains in the Hinomoto netherworlds today.
Alright, I just gotta bring this up because I can hear it even with my headphones on. If you hear any scratching or anything going on, it is actually directly behind me. If you've watched any of my old content, we used to do some animal videos, and we have a monitor in a very large cage behind me. And every so often, she'll get a little rambunctious. You'll hear her knock things around and rattle all sorts of stuff in her cage. So I apologize if you hear that. There's unfortunately not a lot I can do about that. One of my flatmates want me to go watch the football game. Again, obviously soccer for those of us here in the States. If I stay, there will be trouble, and if I go, it will be double. God, what song is that? I know that's a song, and I know that's from, like... I'm surprised you know that, Dem. I think that's from my parents' era. Welcome to the stream, Richard. Hope you're doing well. Currently out of the house, so can't stay long for the moment. No worries. It's always a pleasure to have you stopping in. Hopefully, whatever you're out of the house doing goes well. And hopefully it's all on good news. I know circumstances don't necessarily always make that the case, but I would rather be hoping good things than negative.
Their pride, their livelihood, their Bushido. All these were taken from them by a cunning netherworld invader. Our tale follows a girl who adores Bushido, and a man who despises it. Now they must join forces to fight for their beliefs.
Alright, the deep weeb that rests well within my heart is already telling me I'm going to be on board with going with this this pro Bushido lady. I'ma go. I need food as well. Might be back on in about 2 hours if you're still live. I don't know if I will be or won't be. It's all going to be resting entirely on how long the intro bit of this game goes. Obviously, I don't want to sit here and say, oh man, the intro is going to be several hours long, but the unfortunate reality is Disgaea games build upon their formula with each entry. And so it feels like, and maybe this is just me experiencing the games over a series of time and just putting my own lens filter on. It seems like the intro portions of these games get longer and longer with each entry. And I definitely don't want to sit here and say, oh man, my entire stream was the intro. We ran into that with, God, what game was that? Rune Factory. We ran into that with Rune Factory recently. I was limited on time, and the entire game, I didn't even finish the intro bit because it was just, I was too short on time.
He sacrificed himself for the princess he loved. Hinomoto warriors must be outstanding individuals.
Ahem. Miss Perillica.
I'm sorry,
We
Pichon.
will soon be arriving in Hinamoto.
We got a cat pretty.
Finally! I'll set foot in the land of my dreams! Hinamoto! Oh, right! I almost forgot! My father says proper greetings are the basis of Bushido. I have to greet everyone taking care of me on my nether ship properly.
Alright, this entire thing strikes me as the classic trope of the foreigner coming to Japan with the full mindset. It's a classic trope. The foreigner coming in with all the idea of big pro feudal era ideologies. It's often done in a lot of comedy bits, and it sets itself up for a lot of fun. So I'm kind of looking forward to how that's going to play out.
How you doing, presents? I made my special fluffy puffy fluff cakes. My Hinamoto manners are impeccable.
As attentive as ever, Miss Perillica. Your success with your apparel company is undoubtedly due to your gentle nature.
And I can only assume that the idea that she's coming in here with Pichon, something about the setup kind of implies that she's going to be that wealthy foreign character placement. We'll see where that goes.
Ah, Piton. Not that amazing. Anyway, it's time to make my rounds.
Ah, that reminds me. Once you've finished your tasks, you may inquire at the general store. The Rosen Queen Company is aboard for a business trip. I'm sure a visit to them would be much appreciated.
Alright, so it sounds like she runs her own business, but the question is it really her business or is it like Daddy's business? Alright, so she is our overworld character by the seams of it. Alright, go check out the general store. Everything else is currently locked off. Oh, you got a lot more free movement on the I don't remember the camera being... this is what I remember. This is nice. That's... oh, especially if you get some, like, some areas that you want to, like, pose in. You can kind of get the exact angle you... that's kind of cool. I like that. Alright. Let's head down to the general store, which I think was down this way.
Looking for something?
Thank you for your patronage, Miss Perillica. Okay, Perillica. Thank you for your patronage, Miss Perillica. We're the Rosen Queen Co. special pop-up. We have a variety of items just for you. I am not going to try that high-pitched voice they gave her, because I would break on every front. Wonderful. Thank you so much. This is very heartening since it'll be a long trip. Please, have some fluff cakes. What? For me? Wow, this is the first time someone's ever been nice to me in the Netherworlds. I'm touched. It's like my father always says. Bushido is a game of dodgeball for goodwill. I hope you'll always treat me well. Alright, let's see what we go. Oh, that is some character art there. Alright, so what we have available is based on our rank. Your customer rank will increase as you continue to shop at the store. There we go. And, yeah, that is some very, that is definitely some anime artwork over on the right there. Alright. I don't know what I'm gonna need early on. And I don't know what our character here, our cat girl, wields as a weapon. So I will buy some mint gum for HP healing just to round it out and say I've done something.
Made it to Hinamoto while you were greeting everyone.
What excellent timing! There are so many famous sites in Hinamoto.
Perhaps
Whoop.
I might suggest we visit the residence of Hinamoto's ruling shogun. He lives in the castle in Udo.
Udo?
Okay,
Like
that
Edo?
sounds good. I've always wanted to see a castle with my own 2 eyes. Plus, the town is full of Udon and
I've got to say, I
restaurants.
love the background artwork, though.
Your adoration of Hinamoto cuisine makes me excited to try the authentic items as well, miss.
Miss Perillica, Please speak to the Dimension Guide. Okay, there we go. You will be sent to whichever Hinamoto netherworld you wish after connecting there. You may find yourself in trouble, so it may be wise to stock up at the general store. Fairly certain I've already done some of that, but I'm going to take a little bit of look around and see what we've got going on here. Alright, so obviously nothing else is unlocked for us, and we're going to get there over time. Oh, data shop. So is this where we save? Based on the amount of snacks you have consumed... What? Oh, she records everything. Alright, so nothing to worry about there yet, but that's not... Is this where I get my deal? Oh, excellent work. Man, she just gives these fluff cakes out to everyone. These are great. I'm sure your pancakes would make great special content if you sold them. No, these pancakes still aren't top-notch. They need to be fluffier, just like Father used to make. Alright, so this is where we get all of our DLC. Is this where can I redeem it already, or... I guess the answer is yes, and I'm getting all of my extra characters here. The hot-headed princess. Okay, so yeah, these are all the characters from the past entries so far. So we'll go through these and grab all of these real fast, and then we'll take a look at what we've got. Oh, this is all bonus story, so this is going to be sitting in the world selection menu that I'm going to go check out in just a second. Alright, give me all of the things. As I mentioned, when Rigid convinced me to pick this game up, I immediately just said, you know what, screw it, go big. So I grabbed everything.
Where to, dude?
We've reached the Edo Netherworld. Please select where you want to go. Alright, so this is, so these are all the DLC maps, which I am well and far away from being able to take on right now. I am fairly certain of that.
Hold up, you! Talking trash about my shop, are you? I'll get you for this.
Oh, it's the karate guy.
What did I do? Why are you so angry?
It's only natural, miss.
A lot of these art character designs, they go way back, but a lot of them have subtle changes from entry to entry. And those because I seem to recall in 3 at least, I think they were more depicted younger, and this is a much older variant of that character art as a comparison.
But I have to. It says noodles on the sign, but all they have is pasta. What a scam! A noodle shop with no udon or soba? That's unacceptable. It isn't very Hinamoto of them.
Can it? Hop down and eat your pasta.
I fear this won't end peacefully. Our only course is to call for aid from the Nethership and fight back.
No, wait. I won't fight. I'm determined to talk to him and show him how pointless conflict is. Excuse me? Would 10,000 hell for the trouble resolve this situation?
What the?
Would 10,000 hell just be enough to just get you to shut up and let me complain?
Your problems go away. How impressive of the young miss.
Money's a lot better than beating us up, isn't it?
Cut the snobby remarks. This ain't about money.
Oh, yes, of course. How about 100,000 hell?
100? 100,000 hell.
Your dignity can in fact be bought, good sir.
I'm a company president after all. I'd love to rescue you from your humble frugality.
So you're calling me poor, huh? Get off your damn high horse, missy.
Why are you so angry?
Well, you did insult his food. and then insult his dignity, which you overcame, and then said, you know what, let me insult you again.
The perfect words for inciting rage. But as a Secretary Prinny, dueling is not in my job description. Whatever shall I do?
Thought I smelled money. This'll be fun.
Okay.
Who are you?
Need me to crack any skulls? I'll do it. But let's get one thing straight. This isn't about saving you, helping out, being nice, or doing a good deed. This is all about being paid to deliver a stompfest.
Mercenary work.
I'm gonna do my worst.
Alright, Fuji, the Wayward Warrior, has joined the... Okay. That would be, yeah, that's our main character there. Alright, I think this is still all reminiscent of past entries. Let's see what we're looking at here. Work the camera around. Yeah, okay, so I can go in between these guys. Slap one around. Change up the camera angle again. Man, what weapon does she use? Well, I will figure that out in a moment. Okay, she's an archer. So actually, let's see if I can attack from back this way a little bit. Absolutely can. Oh, we do have some... Whoa! What the hell with Theodore? That dude looks absolutely beasted. Alright, what else we got here? Buffy, Diane. We actually got a pretty decent run of characters here. Alright, I'm sold on Theodore though. Damn it, can't get there. So we'll defend, we'll create a little bit of a blockade. We'll send Buffy out. The Nekomatas usually are pretty strong physical attacking units. So that's two people targeting that one back there. Lady Fighter, again, also... God, can't reach though. Maginite, alright. Whoop! Not what I meant. There we go. Start targeting down this way.
Work hard.
I believe these characters are usually spellcasters, so let's take a look here. Man, can only reach the one character though, which actually I think she could reach all three, so I'll have her run up this way. And right now I am just trying to lay down as much hurt as I can. Let's send the mage back this way. No, cannot reach. Well, I will have her stick back this way. She's out active. Definitely defend.
Awaiting command.
And the robot unit, the robot girl, I feel like I've heard that she's going to be pretty useful character. Not that she can make any plays right now. A ninja nurse. Okay. At least that's somebody that can get up here and do some attacking. Alright, that's a full field. We'll call that here. Really not doing much damage right now, but really it's about doing just enough. Alright, those counter blows are kind of hurting though. Yeah, that's a character that just went down. Alright, so these characters actually didn't get to have their action. So let's see if I can still manage to make some plays off of them. Okay, so I could, it just wouldn't take immediately. Alright, this character wouldn't reach all the way in the first run. Send her back this way just to be in the vicinity. But unfortunately, that's the only character that didn't have anything to do.
Wanna play?
Alright, so I do have some characters that are taking a little bit of a beating.
I shall go first.
Okay, a lot of bit of a beating. Not the end of the world. It's, it'll be what it'll be. Gotta get this pretty up here, though. And then the archer, definitely from a distance. We'll call that done. That should be enough to deal with them, and I will be right back. Please bear with me. Sorry about that. I apologize for stepping away, but I am back. There we go. Everything back lined up. Alright, so unfortunately, I probably could have played that much safer and not lost units, but the thing is, at least in past entries, taking some damage and going to the in-between mission medical clinic is still a way to, at the exchange of financial cost, get additional benefits as well. You must be hurt from the previous battle. Perhaps you should pay the hospital a visit and soothe your... Yeah, okay, so again, that hospital, traditionally has been a place to... Do we have a tail? Why didn't we see the tail in the art? Did we? And did I just mistake it for like a sash or something?
Lost lambs. This is the hospital.
Do remember to treat your injuries. Yep. Quite often, as I recall, I will be spending a lot of time here. Alright. There we go, and there's one more, two more. There we go.
Blessings be upon you.
Where to, dude?
Alright, on to the next story mission. I can't imagine they're going to make me stick through... Well, I assume once we're past episode 1, things will kind of be at their opening up placement.
Have mercy! Mercy, I beg you! Just a tail! Just a sardine tail is all I ask!
Alright, now we got a starving fighter.
Hey, you lot! If you want to eat it, you must break at your backs for 24 hours!
And I think this is one of the new unit
What is
types.
this place? These people look like starved zombies. And just look what they're being forced to do.
Oh, welcome to being poor?
Those are your precious warriors. They lost their jobs, so now they have to grovel to the shogunate for scraps.
That sounds about right.
Huh? What are you saying? Warriors are prideful and haughty people. Even when hungry, they act stuffed with pills.
I think you mean stuffed to the gills. You sure make some funny mistakes. Anyway, the world of the warriors is long gone. What you're looking for only exists in picture books for children now.
Don't tell that to our child.
How did it come to this?
Demo door opener. Everything went off the rails after he came to Hinomoto.
Dimmador opener?
You hear that? All you people that played the demo, you ruined this land. You opened the demo door.
I got a hot date tonight in Soggy Netherworld. We're eating sushi.
Sushi?
A lout! Such awful work conditions. I can't watch anymore. I must rehabilitate that official.
Hey, don't be an idiot.
Oh, jeez, hold on.
Hi, who are you?
Wrapped around my mic stand. Stop it.
Don't say a word. I know that long ago,
There we go.
you also were a good person, but something wounded your heart. Perhaps you wanted to feed your parents steak. You worked so hard to afford it, but then they told you they were vegetarians.
Okay, you know what? If that is in fact the character's backstory, I don't blame him for being full villain. Full villain arc. You know what? Final arc demon. That is a befitting backstory. Your parents, you were just like, yo, we need to eat some real meat, and I busted my ass and got real meat, and then both parents, vegans.
What?
Oh, but the steak's the best.
I don't need that crap. Veggies over meat. Screw beef. Give me a leaf.
Such bitter irony. What a meaty tragedy. Of course you turned evil.
See, I agree with you,
All
Prilla.
right. I accept your sadness.
Hold up! That never happened. What are you talking on about?
What we're talking on about is probably one of the saddest backstories I've ever heard.
Her super positivity.
The hell does that mean?
She conjures up a sad backstory to explain why someone would turn to evil and sympathizes with them. It's fearsome.
She's just delusional!
Fuji, let's rehabilitate them with true Bushido to show this tragedy's ringleader the light.
Alright, now we're going to learn about the lift and throw, which is a very common strategy to make use of. Wait, throw, receive. Hold on, okay, there is something new here. They can perform a Montoss. This is like throw without a lift. They can directly. Okay, so it looks like monsters. Oh, so you can definitely get a lot more utility out of your throwing this way. I don't think this was in past entries, so I think this is a way that they're building upon the throw mechanic. When the same enemy unit stacks up due to a throw, but only enemy units. So enemy units using their throw can make themselves beefier. Combines their two. Holy shit. So if they're like, if I walk into a field the same level as something else, they can just double, outclass me instantly. When you throw printies, they explode. Yep. You may sometimes run into areas that are too high. Yeah, okay, so then again, this is stack boxes, get higher. Alright, so lift and throw. Can't throw all the way out there. I suspect this will work. Alright, let's send Anne just to the other side of this one. Lift and throw. And now I can clear out some of these boxes, but that means I have to get people over there. I need some characters with a little bit of muscle. Do I have... Buffy has muscle. So let's see what we can get going here. Marissa? Yeah, okay, so this will be a fair enough setup. Can I... There we go. And then lift that. I'm sorry, what? There we go. Lift just the upper one. And throw this one here. Point is, now I can get all the way up. However, I don't think that's going to happen immediately, so we'll bring a couple more units out. And God, I want Theodore to go places. This is an absolute beast design Prinny, and I love him. All right, let's just go out here, defend, and we'll call it that for our first turn. All right, wasn't too bad. Unfortunately, I can't throw Theodore to get an extra first turn, but some of the other characters I can. Alright, so if I have her pick up Prilica and monster throw all the way over here, she doesn't even have to move and she should be able to attack. Oh, she's got a big range. You know what? If I move her here, can she attack the big guy up this way? No. Alright. She's already attacked, so she can't attack this turn. But that won't be too big of a problem. Do I have another... Wait, hold on. There we go. Get Fuji some distance. Alright, so that's 2 people attacking the one character with only 15 health. That should be not too bad. And in fact, already done. Their weapon mastery may increase. The higher weapon mastery level means that a character can get more out of the weapons they've... Okay, fair enough. Again, I don't think that's anything too unusual to past entries. Alright, so now we have the Nekomata over here. Let's Buffy, our not-so-vampire slayer. 15 health isn't anything major. Honestly, just these 2 alone should be able to deal with him. From here, unfortunately... Yeah, Fuji's not going to be able to make it on his own. But can he climb 2 spaces solo? That is less known. Also, let's lift Marissa and throw her up here. And throw Fuji up there. In theory, if Fuji can make the hop, he'll be good anyways next turn. There we go, done. The start for a shortcut is very convenient, I like that. Just a small quality of life upgrade. Alright, and I noticed earlier that Prilica has a heal spell, so we'll do that first. And then we'll execute that. Why the sound of being damaged when also being healed? Alright, characters level up. They get stronger when they level up. Go figure. It's an RPG. Alright, so I could actually have him try to clear the field and get some help down here. Or up here. But I don't think that's going to be overly necessary. Let's see what specials we have here. The Secret Slash. And it looked like it was going to do adequate damage, so let's see. Classic samurai movie maneuver. And I took all of the bonus content. Awesome.
It seems that Bushido truly is endangered after all.
Endangered? It's long dead and fossilized, lady.
over spilled silk, as they say in Hinamoto.
What?
Wait, you mean crying over spilled milk?
Exactly. We can't do anything if it doesn't exist, so I'll just focus on enjoying Hinamoto's traditional cuisine.
Or we can focus on
Traditional
restoring
Hinamoto cuisine. You won't get that.
the
no matter
spirit
where you
of
go.
Bushido. I'm in favor of that path.
What are you talking about?
You saw it yourself. That noodle shop only had pasta, right? All
Which
that
honestly, I
unique
agree with her,
Hinamoto
is a sin.
tradition and culture you talk about fell out of fashion a long time ago.
You just gotta find like a grizzled old man who remembers the ways of old.
Hinamoto. But I can't eat tempura, sushi, or miso soup. All that crud, speck, and beers for absolutely nothing.
Get it right already. You mean blood, sweat, and tears. If you care so much, why don't you go see the Shogun in Iudo and complain to him directly?
I feel like we very well might.
I'm sure. No, I'm positive that deep down, the Shogunate wants to restore Bushido and Hinamoto's culture.
Questionable.
Another time, once I've convinced them, we're off to see the Shogun.
Look, again, questionable, but I
Good,
agree.
Good. After all, I need you to make a scene.
And a scene I shall
so
make.
I can make some cash.
If you think I am above throwing an absolute shit fit, you don't know me. Ooh, all right, some new units. Honestly, we have a lot of units already, more than I'm even able to employ at once. But let's take a look at what we've got here. Pay HL at the scout shop to hire characters. Let's at least see what we're working with. Okay, so, oh, sorry, excuse me. We have some differences between each character type. So let's see here. We got the fighters. Is Skull just the male mage? I'd assume so. We got our martial artists, the healer units. I have heard that in this game, the female thief, even though we're finally getting the male one back, the female thief is kind of just the one to go with. Got some more fun monster units. And actually, we have characters that aren't listed on here as available units right now, so I'd imagine that must have been with one of the DLC things that I picked out.
Let's talk business.
And I'm not overly worried about getting any other units, so let's just move on into the story.
Wow, Udo Castle! I've been dreaming of this moment.
What a magnificent castle! Hinamoto's culture may no longer be prevalent, but I still feel its strength.
And we can bring it back.
Well, good for you.
I'm
all thanks to
standing
me.
firm on that thought.
You're absolutely right. You've guided us, fought for us. You've been such a big help. There's no way we would have made it this far without you, Fuji. We're in your debt. Thank you so much.
Back now, currently feeding my dogs. Then gonna let them out real quick. Real quick. To clarify, we went to an Asian restaurant. And followed immediately. Here I am like, ooh, that sounds good. Followed immediately by the food wasn't so good this time. Then stopped off at a couple of stores. Well, I'm disappointed to hear that. Is this a place you've been to before and you've gotten good food, or is this just a new place that didn't measure up?
Stop thanking me.
I ask because we have a local Asian restaurant that I don't think I've ever gotten bad food, and I've actually they're one of my favorite go-to places for a lot of quick takeout meals. I think I've brought it up before when this is probably more than a year ago now, when we had that very lengthy stream where I wrapped up a Nuzlocke run of, God, I think was it Brilliant Diamond or Shining Pearl, whichever one I did the Nuzlocke of, that we recorded. I think it was Diamond, but hold on, there we go. But they were actually the place that I had set up to run me out some food during that at one point, and yeah, genuinely one of my favorite places to eat. It is a different employee was there this time. Yeah, when you have a restaurant, chef rotation is a very real thing, and it's actually one of the major issues that restaurants have to deal with. We used to have a restaurant here pre-pandemic that was probably my favorite place to eat. Unfortunately, at the time, it was still newly opened pre-pandemic for, God, probably like a year. So they'd only been around for about a year. And unfortunately, the owner was also the head chef and could not find anybody locally who measured up as a cook. And by that, I don't mean that we didn't have adequate chefs in our area, but so many of the chefs that he hired were so stuck up their own ass that they wouldn't actually follow his recipes, and they were always changing things. And even worse, going behind his back and upcharging customers. For what reason, I don't know, but it was a huge problem he faced. And then, of course, the pandemic hit. Eventually, he had to shut his doors permanently, and it was a damn shame, because the food that man cooked was some of the best food I have had locally in a very long time. And it was just like a general diner-like location, but, it was really good down-home cooking. I remember they were in the chat right after delivering to your house, actually. Yes, I think it was the son of... I think it's the old lady that is always working the walk back there, and I think she's the owner, but I might be wrong. But it was either the son of her child, which I think is the gentleman there, or it was the grandson. I don't remember which, but yeah, it was definitely a funny thing seeing them stop in the chat as well.
Are you okay? What's with all that blood?
Don't get close to me! Don't be nice to me, and definitely don't thank me. I'm allergic to empathy.
Me and this guy would have a hell of a time together. I am immediately feeling more at one with Prilica here.
Empathy? I've never heard of that. How does that work?
Like, I don't know what it is with Prilica. Like, a part of me is just like, look, the rich girl embellishment here kind of rubs me the wrong way. But God, the positive, bubbly vibes are just like, yo, I am down for that. Another restaurant recently changed what we ordered on the list, charged full price even for the stuff they didn't write on the... Charged full price even for the stuff they didn't write on the new list, and lied that the price went up by over... Holy sweet mother of God! Okay, so... My immediate reaction is, holy cow, a $40 upcharge is fucking absurd. But then my secondary question is, to gauge what level of absurdity that is, how many people were you feeding? Because again, I hear $40 and I'm thinking, okay, I live in an area where things are relatively cheap, objectively, because it's not a high-priced area. It's one of those things that a lot of people don't think about when you hear about how much money people make. Okay. Let me sell you on the absurdity of the markets in America, because we are a mixed economy and we're spanning 50 goddamn states. Realize what people make in California on the low end, and realize that in an area where I'm at, that's like the upper level of what the middle of what people are making in this area could equate to. Now you think about the markets in the area, and it's like you see what they pay for gas, and then you look at what we pay for gas in my area. It's like $2 cheaper in my area, at least as the last time I looked into it. Obviously, fuel prices vary wildly. Their food, if you go to a restaurant, way more expensive than the food I would pay for here. But you know what changes that formula heavily? Amazon. Because that is a web service system, quite often, the price I'll see is the price that they'll see. And so based on what you're buying, actually your location, because of your financial situation, could make a huge difference in that. So, with that said, I am in a low financial market. So $40 to me is, if I go to a diner, that's feeding a family of 3. And that's feeding them fairly comfortably. We ordered, so again, this is $40 of an upcharge, not $40 at checkout. So even off of that, saying you ordered for like 6 people is kind of a shit thing to realize. Because again, we're not talking about the overall checkout. We're talking about the obvious upcharge that shouldn't be applied. So we ordered for like 6 people. They didn't give 3 things that were ordered. One of the things was something small though, so I can't remember what it was. I actually ordered a complete spin-off manga for a series from Amazon yesterday. Costed over $60 for the... Oh man, I am sorry. Costed over $60 for the cheapest option for it. But I'm glad I got it. Yeah, again, it's not that it's something that is, you know, unjust or anything. The idea that you can get these things so effectively is a huge value in and of itself. Various websites, Amazon. I do a lot of my. God, this is gonna change now, and I'm gonna be upset about it. But I do a lot of my anime, manga. I've even gotten some records from them. Novels, various forms of media that are from that anime cultural side of things. I get it through Right Stuff Anime is one of my most commonly shopped locations. And I say that is going to be changing soon because by the sounds of it, they got bought out by, was it Crunchyroll? Crunchyroll or Funimation? They got bought out by somebody recently. And I'm not sure what that's going to do to the availability of certain things within their market. But even then, 1 second, I'll be right back again. I'm hearing something in the back room. I need to go check on what is making that noise. Alright, I'm back. It was my cat, Mungo Jerry. He was in the back room at his second scratching post. Let me adjust my microphone here. But he was throwing a fit because he recently got his front claws trimmed up because he was trying to scratch furniture last night. So I trimmed up his claws. And so he went there to try and use a scratching post and threw a fit because he wasn't getting the grip he wanted. Which, you know, it is what it is, Mungo. You have to not scratch furniture. You're usually better about that. Alright, all of them except one volume was at least $10. Volume 3 cost like $25. I think we talked about this recently, how some, when you're looking at manga or things of that nature, I referenced the dot hack stuff, because that's the most prolific manga that I think I bought within recent times. But yeah, that the prices can vary wildly from one entry to the next, so... most of them were around $10. Volume 3 cost you like $25. $40 used? Sweet mother of God! How do you go from $25 for a new to $40 used? Yeah, obviously why you would pick one over the other. The only thing I can think of is, and I've run into this, that when buying books on Amazon... if I go to the other sellers option and I see that other prices can be higher up, if they do their due diligence, they'll actually have like a product description section, and you'll see that it's like alternative cover art, or maybe it was signed by the author or something. I have seen that on some things that I've wanted to buy before, and actually that made a huge factor in a couple of my purchases. My brother, we're sitting on the same screen for a while, and I'm sorry for people who want more gameplay, but conversation is a big part of what we do here. My brother collects, and I mean has a massive Jurassic Park collection. It's like the one thing that he collects above all else, and he doesn't just collect Jurassic Park the franchise, he also collects a lot of stuff that is tangentially somewhat relatable. So he loves fossils, he loves the thematic and visuals of just even things emulating certain things. For God's sake, the man went out and bought a Barbasol can just to put it on his shelf, just because the prominence in the first movie. When he was starting this collection out, he wanted to get the original copies of a lot of the movies. So I was going through, I think it was through Amazon that I found the VHS of Jurassic Park 2, which I think was called The Lost World. And there was a version that was relatively priced that I was originally going to check out. It was in my cart. But then I saw a more expensive option, and I said, well, why is this one like, I don't know, like $10 more? What am I getting for another $10 on a VHS? And it was, we used to have this movie, so I knew what they were talking about. It was a version of the movie that had the original paper sleeve cover, but then it had the slidable holographic insert that went in between like a sleeve or whatever it was of the raptors from this movie. And that was the copy we had growing up that we no longer had available. And so I was like, yo, hold on. I could just get him the basic bitch version, or I could get him the one that him and I both grew up watching. $10? Fuck yeah. But moments like that will get you a little bit extra cost, and I prefer seeing that listed in there as to why.
I'm a demon! It's not exactly weird. Friendship, love, and compassion skeeve me out. So don't ever think me.
Well then, fuck you too, Fuji. The manga that isn't the spin-off one for this is over $50 for Volume 1. God, I haven't looked it up, but I know that the original mangas for Trigun, I don't think... I might be wrong on this. I could very well be wrong on this because it goes so far back. But I don't think all of the entries ever even got translated in America. Translated into English and released in America. I'm not sure to what avenue any of that broke up. What I remember is, in high school, a friend of mine had, I think, the first 3 volumes. And I can't tell you how much of those I read. But then something happened with like the release at some point down the line. The entire history of the writing of Trigun as a manga is wild, and then the anime adaptation is even weirder, because nothing, even the new one, for all the people saying, oh wow, it follows the manga, no it doesn't. Honestly, both adaptations of the anime are wild in comparison to what the manga puts out there. Hey Rigid, welcome to the stream. Obviously we are in a moment of deep conversation about either the frustration or appreciation for the availability of the used media market, including books. So strap in, because as far as the book front, Richard's got a story going on. But anyways, I've got to say, so far, Rigid, aside from the fact that I bought the $100 version of this game, definitely liking the characters so much more than 5. So already this game is off to a fantastic start. Also, as you stop in, hopefully things are going well, and yeah, let me know what's going on with you. There's actually a Stephen King book you can't get in stores anymore due to it being out of print, a common way that books will suddenly spike up in price. I'm planning on saving up $175 just to own that book physically. I have read it before, though. Well, and that's the thing, is when you have a book series or a book author or anything that you really enjoy, you will pay that much for it. I've mentioned before, I apologize. Oh man, I feel like I am about to die here. I apologize for the stream here, but let me look something up here real fast, because I want to get the price proper. Where is the price? There we go, Right Stuff Anime. Because again, that's where I go for a lot of this stuff. To verify, by the way, it does look like it was Crunchyroll that purchased Right Stuff Anime. So to fill out that story bit that I mentioned earlier, but I'm trying to find here. Do they not have it listed anymore? Oh no. Yeah, here it is. So I have mentioned how much, like, how literally meaningful the anime series and the movie Gurren Lagann is to me as a fan. And from what I understand, the box set releasing in America, for whatever reason, is worth $150 freaking. From what I understand, it is more like $70 to $80 or something like that overseas. Let me see here. I think I heard... Yeah, I heard at some point that overseas, for whatever reason, the price of this box art is much more... Oh, wow, YouTube. YouTube don't like that I went away and tried to come back. Let me pull this back up. Yeah, YouTube is mad at me. What else is new? There we go. Anyways, so yeah, the Gurren Lagann box set is like $150, $160, whatever I read off a moment ago. And it's like half that overseas. And as much as I love that franchise, I already have a copy of the series, but it's not the Blu-ray box set. And every time I see it in stock, I'm looking at it and I'm just like, God, I kind of want, I don't need, but I kind of want. It's the same thing with Yu Yu Hakusho. I own that series like 3 different times. Hey Rigid, hope you're, yep, we welcomed Rigid with open arms into the chat. I read through it through less than legal means, but I'd prefer to own it legally, obviously. Plus, it's by my favorite author, so it seems worth it. Again, absolutely. The one thing I'll add to that, just to continue down the avenue, is when things are no longer reasonably and readily available to the public, that is when the gray area of sailing the high seas of the digital network, as it were, opens up into a more reasonable stance, in my opinion. It is one thing when something is readily available and cheaply available and reasonably available, as far as physically available and financially available. But the second you dip too far down either one of those spectrums, my stance is, look, you aren't meeting the needs of the market, and the market will do what it does. It doesn't necessarily have to be legal, it just is what it is. Make more or make cheaper.
But you helped me. Of course I have to thank you for your kindness. Thanks a billion.
Didn't I just say I hate kindness? Are you doing that on purpose?
Absolutely.
Huh? But you're guiding us. What's not nice about that?
You'll see soon enough. Hey, you've got visitors.
That was a long sidetrack.
This! Look at all these people with weapons! Heading straight for us!
Absolutely just coming by to show off the quality of their wares. Alright, Geo Panels. This is where you get a lot of the added side effects that can absolutely fuck you as a player, or be a great opportunity to get a lot going for you. Alright, so the green panels are the ones I want to clear last because they're the null panels. So, if I turn all of the purple red... Okay, turn all of the red purple, and then turn all of the purple red. That'll just make everything red, and I don't have anything to clear out. Alright, so it doesn't look like there is an immediate answer. Yeah, there's nothing that'll clear out all of the green. Wait. If I throw the red onto the green and then break it, all of the green becomes red. And then turn all of the red purple and then break the yellow all the way. There we go.
I'm gonna do my worst.
Break it nearby so that anybody can get out and damage it enough. It's got 7 health. What do I have that I want? Theodore! I was like, who do I have that doesn't have necessarily high mobility that I really want to get some points going? Alright, so I think the best answer here is to put Theodore... Yeah, here. Please break it.
Special attack, dude!
No! I done fucked that. Oh well. It is what it is. Let's move out there and do some damage. Point is, Theodore wrecked house, and I'm okay with that.
Work hard.
God, you know, some of these character models, they really push the boundaries for what would and wouldn't be applicable on YouTube. Oh, all 3 elements. Nice. Alright, and then the robot girl runs straight up, do some damage here. Really, it's more just trying to hurt as many things as I can, as fast as I can, because I didn't do the damage I initially wanted to. Alright, that should deal with all of them. What else do we have here? God, the red mage, but like the red mage really needs to get... Wait. Yeah, get out of there. You know what? I'm going to send the red mage up. No. There we go. Stop her action. Let her throw her fireball out first. Then guarantee deal with it with the bow. Coral Knight, are these the high defense? Yeah, I think they are. I like these units. I think that's what this character is. The Heavy Knight when I was playing Disgaea 3, for whatever reason, I think it was just the absolute Chad voice lining and the look of the character was one of the characters I ran the most. I think I had like 3 or 4 of them in my Disgaea 3 playthrough for general use. You know what? I'm gonna run with that and see what happens.
Wanna play?
Yeah, dude.
Damn it! All of them missing! That accuracy is hot garbage. Well, at least we dealt with one of them. And only one of them. Ugh. What else do we have? Do I have anybody that can get out that distance? I mean, sure. Accuracy 99, damage will do. We'll take it. I'll call that good enough. At this point, I'll take the win where I can. I really need to watch the accuracy a bit more. Alright, break him. All I got was the one counter, but we have the Coral Knight up here. Let's just absolutely stomp him. There we go. Break that Prinny's spirit. That was a mistake. I clearly selected the wrong. Okay. Gonna have to go go visit the hospital for that one. Hopefully you're calling an ambulance, but not for me.
Dear me, what horrid ruffians! I am quite
Friendly
interested
fire.
in a tour of the local prison.
No matter. Fuji was splendid, so dependable, so magnificent. You really are a true warrior.
Cough up more blood.
Thanks. I'll help all I can, if you pay me.
Well, hold on. Shouldn't that...
Money? Not out of the goodness of your heart?
He kind of said that when he showed up.
Goodness! Didn't you hear me? I'm allergic to empathy. It would literally kill me to be nice.
I'd sell my soul if it meant getting paid.
There's no need to go that far. You're right. You can't work for free.
Pretty much everyone is still level 1 at this point. Yikes. That's what happens when you have so many units so early on. I made none of these units. I think they came with one of the DLC options I purchased, I assume. But frankly, I don't so much mind that everybody's level 1 still. It's not the end of the world. The thing about the Disgaea games is, in between sessions, the level of opportunities for grinding without having to progress the story is fucking absurd. I could very easily accidentally just reach end game strength in just a couple of sessions of sitting down and playing through levels again.
How much would it cost for you to keep helping us?
Well, it'd run you about,
100 million hell.
And, yeah, as far as... I hear my dog. I'm hoping she's going to come back in from whatever she's barking at, otherwise I'll have to go fetch her. But yeah, even having them being level 1 early on isn't the end of the world, because they... I do get to have the numbers on the field as a benefit.
100 million?
I mean, you can afford it. You own a nethership. Plus, you just resisted arrest. You're wanted all throughout Hinomoto now. Without me, you'll be caught in no time. Then they'll force you to commit seppuku.
Seppuku? As in harakiri? I don't want to do that.
No, no one wants to do that, but you know, it is what it
I've got
is.
a special offer for you. Watching only is 1 million hell. Encouragement costs 10 million hell. And total support will run you 100 million. So, what'll it be?
That is a hell of a steep price hike.
Encouragement?
Well, hold on. You watching doesn't have to be anything that I pay for. Yeah, you're gonna charge me for something that, like, I don't even have to have a say in whether or not you do. You just do passively. I should charge you for watching.
You guys!
Oh, it's the Heavy
He's
Knights.
finally here, huh?
Or the Metal Knights, whatever they call them.
Guardian Devil. Big Bull. The Protection Magistrate.
He looks like such a fucking unit. Alright, first things first, I have to go heal my gunshot wound that was severely self-inflicted.
Lost Lambs. This is the hospital.
Yeah, let me just, is there a heal all? Yeah, we'll just do that. We'll just, whatever that, absolute misfire was. Literally just look across the body of the fallen enemy and just like, well, I was told to shoot this way. I think I accidentally, like, legitimately selected them.
Is that? He's knocking down everything from buildings to pedestrians to get to us.
Gotta respect the unit that he is.
Part of the 13 demonic magistrates. Like his name says, he's head of security. He's got the best defenses in Hinomoto.
Wait, so he's essentially the strongest security guard in all of Hinomoto?
Not necessarily. He said strongest defenses.
You're brigands, aren't you? You seem pretty confident in your abilities, but you're powerless before my defenses.
Look at those arms.
My body can repel a spaceship's laser cannon. You won't even scratch me.
Wait a second.
I bet he gives the best hugs.
What's the matter, girl? Surrendering before we even fight?
No, that's not it. We don't want to fight in the first place. We just want to talk to the Shogun.
Yeah, we've been here getting violent and we just want to talk with the Shogun.
Ha 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 ha! You naive brat! Bushido is done! No one will listen to you!
Living as a proud noble warrior never goes out of style. But the warriors were stripped of their ranks by the government. Their honor sullied, their plates broken. Now they've wound up in slums, taking orders from shogunate stooges for meager wages. Don't you feel anything when you look at their plight?
Yep, she is a brat, all right.
How absurd! It's the shogunate that's giving work to those out-of-touch warriors, got it?
He gives soul-crushing bear hugs.
Change. Then I'll simply change you myself. Fuji, I've made up my mind. I'll take your offer for total support.
Say what you will about the soul-crushing nature. At the very least, I'm almost guaranteeing that that knot in your back will finally be broken loose.
Oh, it's not cheap. You better not regret it later. I don't do refunds.
Well, I'll be honest. Again, if memory serves, come the end of this game, with the amount of grinding and bullshit that I'll be doing, 10 million will be pocket change, and I will consider it money well spent for the main characters.
If you don't believe me, I'll give you this legendary weapon I borrowed from my home as a down payment.
Ooh, down payment.
A legendary weapon. All right, you got yourself a deal.
Oh, but we don't get the weapon going into this fight with this absolute unit, Chadman. Oh wait, hold on. Is he not on the? Oh well, okay then. We have nothing to worry about. I mean, we have very little to worry about. However, I do have to break that purple first. Let's see. It's attack plus 50, so everybody on the yellow's getting that boost. Okay, so if I left the purple on, enemies get weaker. I'm less worried about that than I am the idea that the enemy can hurt me a lot. Alright, so what is... Let me see here. I'll take Buffy. And I'll... Oh god! Buffy, move! And then we'll take Fuji. Give Fuji a good old toss. I realized mistakes were made. But I'm in it now. Alright, Prilica over here. Spirit Blast is unfortunately not within range. Alright, that's enough damage there though. What else do I want to bring out here? Obviously, I got to get Theodore into the play. One of these days, it's stupid, I know, but like I look at Theodore and I'm just like, you are my chosen Prinny. I want him to do good. All right, we'll have that be all the people I employ on this field. And again, it just seems to make sense. More yeeting. God, and you know what? This might work out actually pretty well. Let's throw Prilica. There we go. That should be within range, right? Absolutely. And although he can't reach, I think he can still move, right? Yeah, okay, I don't have to use the special yet. And once I get up here, Fuji can throw Prilica, break that, which will pop everything, including this yellow one down here, wherever it is. And then that yellow one will break, maximizing the possible damage I can get out of that. Alright, so now it's kind of limiting my movement to what Prilica is capable of. Which is honestly pretty close to where she needs to go anyways. Get up there, girl! And break that Geo symbol. Everyone's gonna be hurt, except for my boy Theodore, and that's all that matters. Wait, but why did it not... It wasn't on a...
Here I go, dude.
My self-disappointment is beyond compare. I fell for my own dumbassery. I was so excited. I was like, I did the brain and it was... Yep, that tracks. That's about on par. That is the -5 IQ plays that I'm used to making right there. So, With that damage done, let's have Theodore make the rounds back around the other way. You know what? We'll send some other people out. Where was that mascot character? Well, alright, we'll have the Coral Knight come out because obviously not a bad play. At least not a bad unit to employ. Based on entirely personal preference. There we go. Let's see if I can't pull him closer.
Witness my power.
No. Must be done. Alright, so I think... yeah, a little bit of damage. A lot of bit of damage. Hold up. If that's the kind of damage she's rocking, let's just... you know what? Let's go a little bit more, done. Slapped. Big slap. Theodore, I need more damage, my guy. Okay, that was good. That was a good slappening. I didn't not feeling the want to have too many more of those come at me. All right. Out of range for the fire, so you are pretty much useless at that location. Let's get you right up in their face. Pretty decent accuracy, not that you're going to do enough damage, but, you know, a few more characters might get it to where I need it to be. Alright, let's get Sue over here. Alright, that's 3 people slapping him with some fire magic. I think they were all fire. One of them might have been winged. Point is, hopefully that'll do the job. Alright, fire, wind, fire, and everyone's on board for that last ass kicking. You're kidding me. 1 health? Okay, can anybody manage to reach with some more magic? No, not happening. Not feeling that one. Alright, well, how about, please? Come on, I gotta have somebody else, right? No?
Awaiting commands.
Yep, gonna call it there. Let me just say, I'm very... 1 health is all that guy had. Alright, you know, that was not at any point the way I wanted that to go, but it is what it is. Come to think of it, I've been getting a lot of these items and I haven't equipped anything to anyone either, so...
There you go, Fuji.
honestly, still working out fairly well, all things considered.
Kanzan Musashi.
Kanzan Musashi? This sword's one of the 7 founding weapons. She's been running around with an infernal treasure in her bag?
She's rich. What do you want, Fuji?
Hey, this is no ordinary legendary sword. It's been missing for years. How did someone like you get it?
Again, she's rich. There is no further necessary explanation. Rich people do rich people things.
Whatever. This is a good enough down payment.
Fuji, wait! Something strange is happening to the sword!
To the sword or to him? He's the one glowing.
It's
Never mind.
ringing?
Like a phone.
This light.
This is a sign that Fuji has been accepted as the wielder of this infernal treasure. Infernal treasures are weapons that house a soul. One must resonate with them to be chosen as their true wielder.
Congratulations, you're a welder!
Chosen?
Finally, you can get
So
proper
this is
employment,
fate,
Fuji.
Fine by me.
I'll cut you all down!
Alright, so definitely gonna go heal after... Oh man, the last mission. Oh, accidentally shot my ally. This mission, literally every part of my plan, I fucked up.
Blessings be upon you.
Let's see how I screw it up this time.
I'll show you the way, dude.
Alright, get us into... I assume this is feeling like the last chapter of episode 1. So we'll see where this goes. There are a couple of characters I'm still looking to meet.
The blade that can cut anything in half?
Are you like a goblin child? All children are goblin children. What am I saying?
Thanks for that nice little recap. I don't know. I feel like you're just begging for a demonstration.
Ha! A sword that can cut anything? My body's invincible! It's no threat to me!
My body is a legendary
The
weapon.
only one who's ever wounded me is the most infamous sword master in all of Hinamoto, Higanze Shosai. I've trained endlessly for the day I can get revenge against this Shosai. I have no weak points. Ha 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 ha! My armament is invulnerable. It's perfect. It's the best.
Your armament is literally a shirt with a jacketed collar.
Damn, you're pretty.
It's all
confident,
about
huh?
those muscles, man.
Just looking
Rock
at your
hard,
smug
steel
face
hard.
Cut you down. Hey, Piriko.
Hiraco?
I
I see that it's supposed to be metal, but it hugs his body so
If I
perfectly.
cut down one of the 13 magistrates, the government's really gonna come for you. Are you ready for that?
Well, if you cut down one of the 13 magistrates, I kind of feel like it's
I am. The Shogunate has lost its
harder to
Bushido.
come after you
They must be
anyways.
punished.
That's what I like to hear. We're wanted criminals. So let's do our worst.
All right, the infernal treasure, hell mode. So I get to go essentially Super Saiyan. Hell gauge must be filled. So just let Fuji go wild and raise hell. Interesting. So, oh, and it starts out full in this mission, so it's like, hey, you can totally get the opportunity to experience what this option has to offer. My housemate did the grocery shopping today. Oh man, I recently did my grocery shopping and I realized I am short on water, so I have to go do more shopping tomorrow. Did the grocery shopping today while I was napping. I just made myself a plate full of plate full of egg rolls. That sounds pretty good. One of the big benefits of egg rolls is that they can operate as a vehicle for various dipping sauces as well, making them one of the top snack foods for that reason alone. All right, so I don't think I want to activate hell mode immediately. That just seems like a waste. With that said,
So you want a duel?
this is the way I'm going to play this out. God, I want to throw Theodore to get him into the field, but the second I do, he blows up. God, Theodore, why do you got to be so cool? Something almost nobody has ever said about a Prinny, and I don't care. Alright, there, you're at least in play. What else do we have here? Not as good, but it'll work.
Your choice.
Get behind. And honestly, do I have anybody else with some good big muscles? Anne'll do. Lift and throw. You'll take the hit so that Prilika can stay safe. Meanwhile, that'll pave the way for other people to come up behind and do some damage. Unironically, like, I am more and more attached to Theodore, like, as this goes on. Alright, send you up there. Defend. Everybody defend, because the idea is please don't die. Get a little bit closer to the action, but please don't die. And Pellionaire, or whatever the name is, absolutely has to get in there, because that fish gun is no joke. I need another, okay, I need more spellcasters, so you will do. Is that all of them? Yep, that's everyone that I can deploy right now. So, oh, okay, yeah, can hit, so should be good. Only thing I was actually satisfied with at the Asian restaurant I mentioned earlier was actually the egg roll, because I ordered. They are much better fresh. Absolutely true, but again, egg rolls are just, in general, a very easy, snackable food option. Let me get this defense in place. A very good snackable food option, and they offer enough variety just by virtue of what you have as a sauce. And frankly, you don't even have to stick within the Asian sauces to have a good run. Oh no. Hold on. Magic character. Gun. Gunfight gun. It was the way it was meant to happen. Gunfight gun. Alright, so you are in line with here. Yes, gunfight gun. Big brain play. Yes, the obvious greatest strategy I have ever had. Shoot them first. Alright, they can only attack in a straight line, so actually having characters that aren't in that field area is probably not a bad option. Alright, I'll move you there, move you there, monster toss. There we go. Technically speaking, should be relatively safe, and get in there, Theodore. Unironically, as soon as I'm able to like put in the time to grind these characters out, Theodore is going to be an absolute unit. Come hell or high water, he will fuck everything up.
Witness my power.
Speaking of snack foods, with the egg roll conversation, you guys got any other preferred snackable food options? You know, the age-old classic pizza rolls or whatever have you? Where? Oh boy, I am like losing my camera work here. So let's go off of it this way. I've got to know. Her fish gun is clearly clearly an item that is brought about by DLC, meant to be broken powerful. Out of like stupid curiosity, it actually isn't enough. Fair enough. But it is enough to hurt. Alright. Let's have our mage go over this way. Accuracy garbage, damage garbage. But it will start things going, and I can always use this to finish the job. Get Buffy up here. Have her throw Fuji as far as she can. Fuji still has his full movement. Enter Hell mode. And we have our Divine Kanzan. Which even still isn't enough to finish the job. Damn. Alright, what do we have here? Lift. Throw. This seems like a really dumb idea and should not do anything realistically. So, I'm going to immediately change my decision. Let's back off one line because that looked like that was the maximum approach. When I'm looking at the possible threat there, I'm backing off real fast. But Theodore must get in. Must do good work. It's like the same skill as before, but just infinitely better. Holy cow, that was a hell of an explosion, though. I'm not even sure if you guys could hear me over that. Prillica can also heal. Yes, I ran into that earlier when it became momentarily necessary. And it very well might become necessary soon. What? Oh, it's gonna be more than necessary. He just went down. But legitimately, hold on. You're telling me this guy, for how absolutely chatted up he is, he's gonna be like throwing spells? Alright. So here's the way I'm gonna do this. Yeah, okay, I can do this. I can do it this way. Monster toss. There we go. That'll do the necessary damage. There we go. Stage clear. Objective met. Fuck around with the big dude.
So this is how a legendary sword cuts.
Prillica, I respect the effort, but your praise is going to the wrong person. You need to navigate to the character wielding the fish gun.
Well, looks like I saved her bacon. We're not at the castle yet, but how about paying my fee now?
Or, you know, how about we pay the person who did the job?
All right, that was impressive. Too bad you ruined it with your money grubbing.
Very well, good sir. Would you please sign here so that I may compensate you for your services?
You want my signature? You don't need this scrap of paper to give me my money.
No, this is a contract. You were contracted to do a service. We must verify that the service was complete.
This is a basic rule of business. I beg your understanding. Just sign here, and you'll have your 100 million hell.
Fine, if it shuts you up. There.
And you just signed a contract without reading it.
My fee in full.
Of course. Just like it says here, you'll be paid. Once Miss Prillica has achieved her goal.
What are you talking about?
What I'm talking about is you signed that document without reading the damn thing.
Contractual agreement. Contractor, Fuji. 1. Payment will be made upon achieving goal. 2. Until then, contractor will obey orders.
What the hell? You tricked me, you jerk!
My, whatever could you mean? I thought you fully understood the contract you were signing.
You had full opportunity to read!
Don't raise those things! What's that goal it's talking about anyway?
Thank you for your inquiry. The fact of the matter is, Miss Perillica is not simply here on holiday. She's here to collect the 7 founding weapons, including this sword her father left her, and punish Demo Door Opener.
Wait, what? Collecting the 7 founding weapons? The hell?
I'm sorry I tricked you. The only way to get to the Dimmador is to collect all 7 founding weapons. Since you've been chosen by the sword, meeting you was fate! No doubt about it. Join me and help restore Bushido.
Stop that! Don't give me those big old puppy dog eyes.
But it's so effective!
Worry not, Miss Perillica. Demons have always honored contracts. Fuji must help us, whether he likes it or not.
You got some nerve to use that against me. Guess I'll get my 100 million after I help her find them. Damn it!
All right, Rigid, I have some information to push forward based on your statement. I wonder if this game will let me transfer my save data from the demo. I hope so. I have heard, I don't know how true it is, that some benefits from your demo will carry over. I don't know to what extent that ranges, but I was actually watching a video earlier about someone breaking down some of the character traits and classes, and in that video they actually mentioned that it sounds like, in theory, it might be everything, like your character levels and everything, which would be really cool. But anyways, yeah, I don't know to what extent it will, but it sounds like the answer is probably yes.
The 7 founding weapons, huh? It'll be a pain, but for 100 million, I'll do it. Let's start with the Udo.
Oh geez, hold on. I gotta go check on that again. That is my monitor lizard back behind me, throwing a fit now. Alright, as I got up to go check on her and calm her down a little bit, Rigid, you own a monitor lizard? That's kind of badass. We own a wide plethora of animals, and actually, one of the side things we used to do on this channel, my brother and I, was animal content. I think if you go to the channel homepage, you'll actually find that they were some of our larger popular videos. And the Savannah monitor, some, 5, 6, 7 years ago, however long ago it was the monitor that we had, that we built this cage behind me for, because you can't just get a cage large enough for a monitor lizard that's in any way, shape, or form really usable for any amount of time. The Savannah monitor that we cared for in there was saved from a very neglectful home. Restored to health, and at present we do not currently have the monitor living with us anymore. we have repurposed that very same cage for the Nile monitor that we presently have. And frankly, we are probably going to keep this Nile monitor around as long as we possibly can. And we are more than likely going to have to completely change that cage at some point, because although it was arguably adequate for a Savannah monitor, which is what it was originally designed for, it is lacking in size for an older adult Nile monitor. But we actually have a lot of exotic animals. We have various snakes, exotic centipedes, millipedes, scorpions, tarantulas, various lizards. I think I mentioned snakes already. So yeah. Oh, frogs. We have poison dart frogs. A lot of fish. So yeah, we actually have quite a plethora of exotic animals, and used to be a part of this channel until we stopped doing the animal content because of various reasons at the time. And also, eventually, my brother did just, he was the face of the video, of the animal content, and a lot of the live footage content that we did at the time. A member of my family, who is a neat freak, supposedly had pet roaches of all things. Yeah, we have pet roaches too. We also have oh man, I can't think of what they're called. Isopods. My brother is actually breeding, I think, 2 or 3 rarer breeds of isopods. One of the ones he's most excited about are called rubber ducky isopods, and you can actually look them up on Google to get an idea of what they look like. They're kind of fun little creatures, but apparently they can carry with them a little bit of a price tag. So you have your own personal giant terrarium full of critters? It is not one singular terrarium. The cage for the monitor is a large cage. It's actually large enough that I could crawl in there and fit 2 of me if crawling in there. If I really had to fit 2 of us in there. So that's the size of the cage in question there. But what we have is many, many, many cages and racks and so on. If you go back and watch a lot of our videos, at the time that we were setting a lot of them up in the initial space, there is a fundamental understanding of like what is quote unquote enough for keeping a certain pet of that variety. We were never one to try and meet minimal standards, and so we do try to go above and beyond in a lot of ways, because with a lot of our pets, we have this theory, I guess you would call it, that a lot of these exotic pets oftentimes like to be in hiding. They're most comfortable when you can't see them, but we have this theory that if you make an animal so comfortable in their environment, you are far more likely to be able to see them out in their environment, not feeling the need to hide away and lock themselves up. The most obvious example of this is the Goody Sapphire Tarantula, which I think still holds the place as our most viewed video that we ever did on this channel. And that very tarantula actually got sent to a local, I don't know if you'd call it a zoo. It's the Reptarium, which is run by a gentleman, I think the guy's name was Brian Barczak or something like that. Anyways, the man has a YouTube channel that you could go check out, and our tarantula made an appearance in his video in which he presented the tarantula update. The man has way more subscribers than we'll ever have. But he actually got our Goody Sapphire Tarantula. So the one that he has in that video from who knows how many years ago, I don't even know if it's still alive, because we haven't gone to check in with him in a while. But he's actually somewhat local to us. Little bit of a drive, but same state. Anyway, so we actually have another Goody Sapphire now. And that tarantula, even though its cage is set up very similarly with many, many comforts of its living, we actually see it all the time, and it actually will sometimes poke its head out during feeding time and just, sit there and watch you drop some crickets in for it. Amongst whatever else you're feeding it at the time. But yeah, so as much as I say it's a theory, it is a theory that has seen practical application that makes it something that we don't regret doing with any of our animals.
Oh, perfect! But do you think he'll give us the staff if we ask for it?
Cold-blooded animals tend to need to hide so their bodies don't overheat. There's many reasons that these animals would hide away. From stress regulation to body regulation. And we give them plenty of opportunities to do so in various circumstances to various degrees. But a lot of the criticisms when we first did our tarantula setup was, why would you pay for such a pricey exotic animal? It was pretty pricey at the time that we set the first cage up. Why would you pay for such a pricey exotic animal only to let it hide away? And my brother and I are just like, well, first of all, we don't want to stress it out, but second of all, we've never had an issue with it not being present and visible, because it's so well comforted within its home that you walk by the cage and you look in the cage, more often than not, it's at least partially, if not totally, visible. Best reason to subscribe to a YouTube channel. They like animals. We actually talked about this in a lot of our older videos. I realize I'm not playing the game right now again, and I'm sorry. We actually talked about this in a lot of our older videos, though, that for a long time, we were actually an in-between home for exotic animals that people couldn't care for. My brother worked at a pet shop at the time, and people would constantly drop off animals, and the pet shop can't do anything about that. They can't resell your pet. You drop it off at the door, like off hours. People come in and they just see the box there. They open it up and like, well, what are we gonna do? We can't sell it. It can't stay here. It can't be housed at the pet store. So my brother would bring them home. We would set them up with full-blown cage setups. And we would seek forever homes for these animals. And so many of the animals in our videos that we did videos on are animals that we kept for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 months, 4 months, some of them even longer. But many of those animals, the entire intended purpose for us taking them was to take them in, mend their health if it was needed. The Savannah Monitor is one of our biggest stories there. If you had seen the shape that lizard was in when it came in, my brother took it to a vet, and the vet was not specialized in reptiles, because that is kind of an unusual thing for a lot of your bread and butter veterinarians, and that's kind of all we had in the area at the time. But if you look at that animal in many of the videos that we have, you'd think that's a fairly well-off animal. When that animal came in and he took it to a vet, the vet offered to put it down to end its suffering. It was that poor off. So, like we have many instances of caring for animals, getting them up to a point where somebody who's more capable and understanding of what they'd be adopting would be capable of adopting the animal. I realize I'm not playing the game right now. Animal talk is worth it, my friend. Thank you, Richard. But yeah, it's a thing we have brought in and cared for and moved on to other forever homes. Way more animals than we currently care for ourselves, and we have, as a result, seen some fairly exotic creatures. Well, welcome back, Dem. You just came in at the end point of my reminiscing of earlier YouTube content, and also sharing the stories of some of our animal... What's the term? Animal care? My brain wanted to say animal husbandry, and that ain't right. But yes, it was... we have seen some fantastic animals, and we did some videos regarding a good several of them. One of the funniest things that we did was it is almost impossible to find adequate toys for some exotic pets. For example, the Savannah Monitor, when we were caring for it, trying to find toy, because a savanna monitor is not just a dumb animal you can put in a cage and not give it means to entertain itself. Some animals do fairly well in their cage and just chilling out as they are. Tarantulas are a fantastic example of such an animal. But the savanna monitor is a smart, intelligent creature, and I think a lot of people aren't fully aware of that when they try to keep them as pets. And trying to come up with ways for it to stimulate itself mentally, or physically even, was kind of a challenge. And we actually have one of our ideas we did a video on because it was it worked surprisingly well, and we were like, we want to show that idea off. We took some bird toys and repurposed them in such a way that would be befitting for the savanna monitor. And so she was able to kind of get up and play with this ball toy, and out of it, eventually, much like you would do with dogs or puppies, work her treats out of that toy. My bearded dragon used to just sit there and chill out all day. Bearded dragons are an interesting creature in my experience. I don't think we've ever had a bearded dragon, but our cousin did. And from my understanding, bearded dragons are very personality driven when younger. So a younger bearded dragon could actually range from still just being a chill creature all the way up to being, a highly active animal. But as they age and grow larger, they do inherently get more lethargic and just chill. And so as they get larger, it's very common to be able to take your bearded dragon out and just let it chill on your shoulder. My cousin, as I stated, when their bearded dragon got larger, would actually sit back in one of his reclining chairs that he had in his game room and just let the bearded dragon chill out on his chest. Animals are so fascinating. Pretty much every animal you mentioned are all of the cold-blooded variety. Have you ever owned rats by chance? You see, the problem with... We haven't owned rats. We have owned mice, we have owned guinea pigs, we have owned hamsters and gerbils. Never owned rats. First of all, rats are incredibly intelligent and are harder to keep caged than some of the other warm-blooded rodent that I've mentioned moments ago. But the problem with rats is rats are more personality driven. Rats have personalities. I personally believe that, at least. And when many of your animals are also having to eat rats, you want to have that disassociation as an owner. So when we'd buy rats, it was rats bought with the intention. They were bred to be food. They were used as food. But when we have had mice don't seem to be nearly as intelligent. They're smart creatures comparative to many other animals, but they're not as personality driven, at least from our experience. And so that level of disassociation was a lot easier to have mice as pets and still feed mice to other animals. Interesting. I feel like I've asked that question before. You very well might have. But yeah, a lot of our animals are more of the cold-blooded variety. When you get to the warm-blooded, you will be getting into the larger animals, the cats, the dogs, of which we used to have 2 cats and 2 dogs. We are at 1 cat and 3 dogs now, so yeah. But we've done a lot of the smaller rodents, but yeah, rats are harder emotionally because we also have that rats are also food style of animal pets.
I doubt it. We're gonna have to wrench it from his hands.
You can't just go around fighting people. I'm sure the Shogun will understand my love for Hinamoto.
Why not do both? Go around and challenge people to fights. Punch a stranger in the face. Do it, show whatever his name. I can't think of his name. Shit.
I can use my piles of money to convince him. And if it really comes down to it, I can use my piles of money to...
Oh, we already played
This
that.
is
Fuji, yes. Fuji, go around and punch strangers in the face. It will not go wrong. We're already criminals.
All right then. Let's go to the castle.
It's gonna take me a while to get character names down.
The castle!
Well, that's that is a meteor striking down in our original plan of attack here.
Found you. Even though you traveled through space, I smelled you right away.
I'm sorry, what? What is this frozen ice meteor child?
Hmm? I missed you. That's why I came to see you, duh. And
Kind of
now,
like the piercing pink eyes as contrast, though.
big hug, right? Al loves you so much, Dad.
I'm sorry, the fuck?
What? Fuji, you're a father?
Papa Fuji!
What a shocking twist! Fuji is a father of a little girl!
Dad, aren't you gonna give Al a hug?
You've got it all wrong. She's...
A shocking past revealed. Fuji is actually 99,999,999 years old.
Bullshit!
He's been married countless times. He's great at maintaining his youthful looks. Drop the secrets of your skincare routine.
Don't start making stuff up. You're gonna confuse people. No one's gonna know what's real and what's a joke.
People keep showing up, claiming to be his children. A fierce battle royale for the position of eldest son is heating up.
All of those characters look doofy as hell, and I love it.
Fuji makes his decision. Everyone will live together under a soul as one big happy
The
family.
pretties at the bottom there.
What did I decide?
Next time on Collapse, Dad! Final episode, Home Wrecked. Get excited!
Alright, that was fun. Obviously, this is the bullshit interim that they do in between sessions
Al wants
all
to
the
be
time.
reliable eldest daughter.
But that's dumb fun, and I love it.
Then I'll play the caring elderly neighbor.
Why not the older sister? Well, she said she was going to be the older. Why not the, I don't know, aunt?
Then I'll... Wait. I'm not gonna play along.
Deadbeat dad! Alright, gonna save here. You are the father. I've never heard his. Alright, so it's Mori, but I've seen the show. I've never seen his last name. Povich? Ice. Oh, okay. I went ahead and censored that because YouTube doesn't like. Yeah, okay. That would be Ice Lolly. Does hold on? I gotta ask. Does the lolly additive
You're a father?
apply
You
unless
seem really
also
young. And you
older
give off a
than?
real jobless vibe. So who'd marry you?
Calm down, Prilica. Does it apply when the character isn't also older than visually represented? Or is that just a general term for small cute child? I don't know how. Again, do I do the animu thing? Yes, I am weeb enough to be down into the gutter with with that. But I am not necessarily fully indoctrinated on proper use of various terminology. I will concede my ignorance on the topic. I know his last name because of South Park. South Park has dabbled in many a ripe cultural endeavor. Lolly just means any short, petite anime girl. Does it have to be anime? And any age applies. It tends to refer to if they're legal age, but it does also apply to them being a child, or at least I've seen the term applied there. Again, fair enough as far as the term application goes.
Shut up? I'll explain later, but zip it for now.
Again, we are not necessarily fully down the avenue of, like, denying the circumstances, Fuji. There is questions about. Also, how the hell did Ao just... Yeah, literal meteored her way into this world.
Sorry, Dad. Al only wanted to see you. It just happened to fall apart. I didn't mean to do it, Dad. I'm just a kid.
Okay, hold on. You can't expect me to believe in full likelihood that you are literally a legitimate child and also be clever enough to say, I fucked up. Don't be mad. I'm a child, puppy dog eyes. Look, children give the puppy dog eyes and they'll come up with all sorts of excuses. But rarely is ever the excuse, I am just a child. I didn't mean to do it is like staple in every excuse, though.
Huh? You see any other kids accidentally destroying castles?
To be fair, Fuji, if any other child was physically capable, they would. I have yet to meet a toddler who, if physically capable of destroying a castle, wouldn't given the first opportunity.
If it means I get to see you, forget castles. I'd even destroy the world.
I feel like that is very worrisome. At Rigid, this guy has more knowledge on the subject than me. I am not going to deny that at all. Cartoon characters apply sometimes as well. Some people consider Gwen Tennyson to be applicable to the term. It's generally an anime thing. Again, I don't... That's a weird one. Like where would you... If it's cartoon, you're talking about a Western media to a Western audience. So it seems, or from the perspective usually they're in. So it would just seem like, you'd say young child. But again, there is a term applicable when you're talking about Japanese culture, where lolly would be the term you'd apply here. So I don't know. I would say just say Gwen is a child.
Maybe I should have
A
beat
kid.
up the Shogun too. I'll kick his butt if I see him. I promise. Will that make you happy, Dad?
I'll be honest. We have already shown ourselves to be a arguably violent-driven renegade. Actually, I don't even think it's arguable. It's fairly played out. So maybe.
Al would even crush the Shogunate for you.
Okay, I might have to rethink my position here with Ao. A child capable of meteor landing into a castle comes in and says, "For your approval, Dad, I would overthrow the government." Look, I'm just saying, parenthood might be on the table.
Stop making me repeat myself, Ao. No more destroying towns or castles. Got it?
So, under a normal application of the term, they have to be short, petite. They have to be short, petite. petite, cute, and a girl, and that's basically the requirements for the term. And fictional. I tend to view any animation as cartoon, though I use anime to refer to Japanese ones basically because of the community that does that. Anime are basically cartoons. There is a distinction here that I think wildly depends on various circumstances, largely within the individual at question. At the root concept, I completely agree. Animation is animation, and therefore any cartoon would be applicable under that same genre umbrella term. But I am of the older, rigid, you know, a lot of the anime I grew up with comes from like the 80s era. I'm not from the 80s, but that was again, I've talked about this before. I had an older friend of the family, brought me into a lot of this stuff, gaming, anime, all that stuff. And so what I grew up on was the 80s era, and there was at that time a widely accepted distinction of the terminology, of which even between anime-inspired shows, where it was very clear that it is intending to be and model after that design, unless it was made by Japanese artists, it was distinctly something somebody at the time would not have called anime, and I have carried that through forward just out of stubborn rock-headedness. So that is generally where I'm at with it, and even then there is a visual layout that plays there. For example, a Japanese-made claymation video would not be anime, I'm fairly certain, by those earlier descriptives, but again, this is terminology probably from a bygone era and mindset that is reminiscent more so in old spirits and people that are quite literally physically old. So, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at on the terminology. You said rigid. I'm supposed to be the rigid one. Rigid, let me just put it out there. I'm fairly certain everyone in chat right now is of the capable. What do I have? What is this? Oh god. I was sent a clip from Dodge Dusk. I'll have to check that out later. Anyways, yeah, so, do not, fuck it, I'm gonna say it. Rigid men are we! Going forward. We have a child capable of overthrowing the government to deal with.
Enough of a conscience to feel guilty over that.
Excuse me? What conscience? I'm mad because her dad ends up with the bill for everything she breaks! You don't know how many debt collectors have come after me because of her. I'm sick of dodging them.
Then stop being a deadbeat dad.
Episode 2. Shogun Stupid.
I feel called out. Shogun. I'm sorry, game. Are we really attacking me, the player, now? Dark Assembly, however. The sumo wrestlers will decide! Oh, that's good. I like that. Let's check out the assembly here. If there are any bills you would like heard, then please talk to me. We have to appeal to the sumo wrestlers. This is absurdly awesome, and I love it. And they're a bunch of pretties. Pretty sumo! I don't even know what I want to have done. I just want to see pretty sumo. Oh, right. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, that was a thing.
Need a prayer?
Yeah, kinda neat. Thank you. Must see the pretty sumo. God. Okay, hold up. Maybe with a character who I'm not using these ones necessarily, and could have a change colors. Never mind. All right, Theodore's got to stay Theodore. So let's see about maybe a name change. We have Sandwich up here. Shaquanda. Oh, that's a heck of a. I like Mikaru. We'll go. I want to see the sumo wrestlers, lady. Come on. All right. Well, apparently it seems in order for me to adequately do this, I'm going to need some more mana available. But I want to see the pretty sumo. You'll want to unlock the hospital gacha ASAP if you want to make the grinding easier. I assume that's probably going to be something in here, so let me take a look. Usually anything that has to be unlocked happens in here. Turn me into one of those weirdos. Make everyone friends for a day. Explode like crazy. Let's have fun with cheat codes. Alright, so that's going to be what you're talking about there. That's going to be 150 mana. 10,000 for a trophy. And in classic fashion, I imagine that trophy is going to do nothing but just say it happens. Alright, I'll probably be unlocking that as soon as I can off of that advice. My guidelines for whether anime or cartoons or not is you can think what you want and I'll think what I want as long as you don't imply I'm a child for liking what I like to watch. Absolutely fair enough. Again, my personal stance on what would qualify for me when discussing would be, you know, more or less as stated. But I'm not going to fault anyone who is going to enjoy it themselves. I think the most commonly brought up example would be Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'm not going to sit there and be like, no, it's not an anime. How dare you call it as such? No, and it's absolutely even in the thematic feel conceptually. So, like, as long as I know what you're talking about, it's not going to matter. But that's not to say that I would call it as such myself. Alright, let's take a look here. I've got probably enough time to get one more level run in. Shogun stupid. Again, I feel uncomfortably called out.
Anyway, Ow, listen up! Stop destroying things for no reason!
Or destroy things harder and better.
You're one to talk.
If there's nobody there to seek recompense for the damage done, then at least you know you have destroyed things thoroughly enough, and I don't have to worry about paying for it.
Say you love Al first, Dad.
What?
I want to hear you tell me you love me.
She just wants Daddy's approval.
If you do, if anyone can stop me, it's you. Right, Dad?
This is getting like, we getting shaken down by a 5-year-old?
You want to test me? Bring it on, Brett. I may be allergic to empathy, but I can handle that easily. Ow.
We're getting strong-armed by a child.
You're so mean, Dad. You couldn't even finish saying it. That's not good enough to stop me.
I was a fucking monster!
Wait, no! Hold on now!
Your daughter's love for you is as fast as Mount Fuji.
I love these name changes. Oh, hold on. I have a call from a family member coming in. All right, let me get everything set back up now. I apologize for that. Yeah, it was my aunt just calling me randomly about something she had to swing by for, and apparently she's calling me at my front door. So she's just, I don't know, knock or something, please. Anyways, I am not sure how I feel about Ow here. Let me adjust my microphone here. As a character, I find this dynamic hilarious, but the idea that there is this super destructive Hulkian child who is just, like, leaving chaos and destruction in her wake, all in an attempt to strong-arm her dad, who can't even say he loves... It's a funny dynamic, and I like this.
Stop calling her my daughter!
Oh, that hurts. Absolutely.
It's pretty obvious we're not blood related. She just follows me around. The two of us can't even have a real conversation.
Fuji, first of all, how dare you? This is the world of anime character direction. The physical appearance of this child has nothing to do with whether or not you're related. First of all, pink eyes, red eyes, not too far off. Second of all, again, this is anime. Ain't none of that gotta mean fuck all. You ever see Yu Yu Hakusho? Look at Hiei and then look at, oh, I can't think of it, Yukina. Look at Hiei and then look at Yukina and tell me there's fuck all blood related there. Height, maybe?
If that's the case, then why is she so attached to you?
It's complicated. Anyway, we need to get ready for battle. People are bound to be heading this way.
Who the fuck is gonna come? This child just literally meteor landed onto this castle, and you think they're gonna be sending people to arrest her? If anything, they're gonna send people to try and stop her from doing it again. And that's gonna be the best they should hope for.
I'm gonna do my worst.
Ian's aunt be like, we've been trying to reach you concerning your car's extended warranty. That's kind of what it felt like. She literally called me up and was just like, hey, I need money. I was, oh, what the fuck? I don't... Why do you need... What? So yeah, there was a little explanation there that had to be given, but yeah, it's all worked out. But it kind of does lead into that thought process of, we're trying to get a hold of you for reasons. Alright, let's see. That will absolutely be close enough to... Oh, camera! Camera, why? There. That should be close enough. Yep. Little bit of damage there. Where's my gunner? Where is she? There she is. I don't know why she comes with a gun that's so goddamn powerful, but it's funny and I like it. Alright, what else we got here? You know what? This could be an interesting scenario. What else do we have to work with? Alright, we'll move Mikuru all the way out here. God, this could be super dumb. This could be a total waste of time, but... They reach! Yes! No! Oh boy, yeah, that level 1 to 5 makes a world of difference. Okay, but off of that, now I know that... No, doesn't reach! Alright. But that will get a little bit of a bonus because it's coming after that first shot. Definitely feeling that level gap now, but I think I'm solid enough to see through this mission. And then, of course, do a little bit of grinding. Your car being impounded, sexy 70s jazz music. I'll be honest, I'm surprised that worked as well as it did. Alright, so what are you guys' mobility? Actually, you know what? Possibly stupid decision, but I'ma do it. Because stupid decisions is what I do. No joke, I think I can make this work. I'm gonna have you come to me. Never mind, that was a mistake. It was not a mistake, and I can heal from that. Awesome. Let me start with that heal, like, immediately. Rigid? I've got to tell you how I read this, because my brain is still focusing on the fact that it was my aunt that just called me and had to come by, but... So I read this as, I generally like to name all my ants. I have an orc in the demo. I generally like to name all my ants. One of them is an orc. Anyways, I like to name all of my units. I have an orc in the demo that I named Not Joe Hagset. I might go through some proper naming when I have some time to sit there and think about it. But right now, I am more worried on pushing through on the story. Because there is a character that I can't wait to meet. However, I doubt I'm going to do that in this stream. But that might be my highlight for the next stream. And both Richard and Rigid are going to be well aware what character I am discussing. The character with, at least from what I was able to discern, two of the biggest personalities to be expected on the player character. And I'm talking about the horns and the thighs, obviously. There's so much about that character design to put her at a peak character design. The fangs, that's high up there. I can't deny. Just beat the hell out of this cat. Alright, cannot reach, but I'm gonna get you down here anyways. And just in case none of these characters are actually able to finish the job or miss, let's get in there and make sure that we acquire the end shot with gun. Alright, good enough. Did the job. So what do we have down here further? Alright, these thieves are going to be no joke. Can't ignore them, and double actions is gonna hurt. Got the orcs here. So we've really only got 5 units left, which isn't that bad. Oh god, camera angle breaking my brain. Alright, so we're just gonna move forward as per usual. If possible, I'd like to bait those orcs out. I didn't realize she's hurt either. Should probably heal her as well.
Witness my power.
Oh god, there we go. Alright, maximize your potential movement. And let her top herself off. No! Wait. There we go, that's what I'm looking for. I just try to inch myself ever closer. Man, she has so much movement. The Nekomata unit, no joke having this early on.
Very much.
Alright, we're good? Alright, it looks like I won't be able to bait the orc. Oh, well, hold up, hold up. Might be onto something here. Right here. And then I'll need to be able to pull everyone back. So... there we go. We'll leave her in the vicinity for healing as necessary. Everybody else, probably better to pull back a little bit. If the baiting works, it works, and it's done. Never mind, it was enough damage right off the bat. Can't reach. Well, easiest way to fix that is to throw a motherfucker. Alright, we'll start by full healing here. And I don't think he has enough mobility. Oh, can he? Oh shit, he can. Alright, so how about... no. Thank you. I'll wait one turn. Absolutely. Alright, this should be enough to finish this group off, and then we just got the other orcs down low. The destructive power of the gun is just... it's not gonna get old. It's too funny.
You leave me no choice.
There we go. Get you up there. And I think everybody else is unfortunately gonna be far enough down the line. I remember one of my cheapest bullshit strategies when I was playing one of my first Disgaea games was actually having my units attack... oh, we have Hell mode. Having my units attack friendly units just for the quick, easy experience in the early game. It's dumb, but I love that it's something you can do to actually get yourself some good experience. Alright, I'm taking that as a win. We actually managed to make it out of that without having to have any of our allies bodied.
Yeah, I know. I've got eyes. Hey, what are you doing?
I'm going to rescue any survivors. We've got to be a helping band to anyone that bleeds fun.
You mean lend a helping hand to anyone that needs one?
I don't know, Fuji. I'm not hating that that other saying. There's something there to unravel.
Well, come, Fuji. Join my rescue mission.
Why? What's in it for me? I told you I'm allergic to empathy.
Did you forget that you signed away all... I mean, look, I'm not saying it works that way in every scenario, but D&D has taught me a little bit about how contract works in the underworld. You signed your rights away to make any decisions, Fuji.
But my father used to always say that Bushido is about helping others out, and to always rescue those trapped under rubble.
That's incredibly specific, don't you think? Besides, demons don't die that easily. Let's get going already. Who knows what they'll
Oh,
do?
God.
Now.
I just uploaded my newest meme compilation. I'll have to check that out, Rigid. But to continue the comment, while you were blowing your load all over those bodies. Oh, that's a fucked image. Gotta say no. Gonna go big no.
Fuji is correct. We must retreat while we still can.
Although it was funny to read.
This is a Crime Watch bulletin. A man and woman have destroyed Udo Castle. If you see them, cut them down.
Oh no! We're fugitives now?
I'm pretty sure we were fugitives before.
They responded faster than I thought. Those antics aimed the spotlight right at us.
This was bound to happen sooner or later. You did kill one of the 13 magistrates after all.
Wait, hold on. He's
Don't
not
let
like...
it bother you too much.
No, he's straight up like... We didn't just beat him. We straight up murdered a motherfucker. Like, they're not even playing around with this. Like, no, you killed him. He is dead. You thought he was a cool character and a fun design? No, fuck you. You put him in the ground.
You too, Peachon. How unfair.
Speaking of, we still have that other swordsman that Fuji has put into indentured servitude. What was it, on like a fishery of some sort? I want that swordsman. The dude's outfit was awesome.
A wise man does not pursue danger. I shall support you from behind, as is standard for risk management.
Peachan knows what's up.
As such, I shall be on standby from the nethership for the foreseeable future. Good luck, Miss Perillica. Fuji.
At Rigid Rat, going over there real quick then. I don't blame you, Richard. I'm probably going to be wrapping up my stream right here fairly soon.
Not only have I been abandoned by Peachon, but I've also become a criminal.
We've been a criminal a long time ago.
This place. How is really gonna get it when I see her again?
Good luck,
Oh,
Fuji.
we're in a tighter spot now. It's gonna be hard to get close enough to the Shogun to steal his founding weapon.
So those two destroyed
Rigid!
So, huh?
You have informed me of the potential of this character.
Help fulfill my ambitions.
You have informed me of the potential joy to be had within this character, and we shall deal with that next time. As of right now, I need to wrap up this stream, and Rigid, I'm going to go check out your meme videos, see which ones catch my eye. Thank you so much, everybody, for stopping in. I hope you had a fun one, and I hope to see you next time. As usual, have a good one. Bye-bye.